Hello beautiful and happy new year. Today we're going to break down 6 habits that you can use in order to take better care of yourself in the year of 2025. We will be welcoming more creativity, more rest, more recharging. So we're not gonna set any specific goals necessarily, but we're gonna use these habits in order to live the life right now that we're dreaming of. Also, hi, my name's Astrid. I am a content creator from Copenhagen and I share everything about self-care through sustainability and creativity. So I hope that you'll make yourself a warm cup of tea and stick around for a little while. I also just want to take a little moment to pause and remind yourself that even though it's a new year, it doesn't have to be a new you. It's all gonna work out, new year or not, because every single day is a new chance to work towards the life that you're dreaming of. And I know that you're doing an amazing job at this already. I divided this video into different parts down below, so you can go ahead and use those if you feel like it. The first habit that we're going to incorporate into our lives in the year of 2025 is to eat well. And I know that this is super basic, but how are you actually going to do it in a way that fits into your everyday life? First of all, personally, I feel like it's all about preparing. So what this could look like, for example, is to sit down every single Sunday and to plan out the week ahead. What are you going to eat? Make a grocery list and go get those things on the weekend so that you have a full fridge for the whole week and you don't have to worry about it. Another thing that you can do, especially if you feel like you don't have enough time to cook during your everyday life, you could prepare your breakfast in the evening and you could make like bigger portions of food throughout the week. For my breakfast, I always prepare it the evening before and I always make my chia pudding or my overnight oats, and then I lay out some nuts and seeds and fruits and like things that I want to put on top of it the day before so that everything is ready and I just have to grab it from the fridge. And it's just such a tiny little thing that makes me feel so much better. It's just about asking yourself the question, like, how do I want to nourish myself? How do I want to eat well? And how am I actually going to make that easy for myself this year? 2025 is the year that you're gonna tune into your creativity, and here's how. Or at least a suggestion on how. Ask yourself, do I have any specific hobbies that I care about? Or do I have like that one project that I always wanted to do, but I just never really got around to do it because I made up excuses for myself all the time? I feel like a lot of us can see ourselves in this situation. For example, I've been thinking about making this YouTube channel for so long, and now I'm finally getting around to actually take the time, sit down and do it, and it feels absolutely amazing. So now you're gonna find a part of your day where you could set aside a specific amount of time to work on your new passion project, and you're gonna do it no matter how inspired or uninspired you feel. Because the fact that you're actually doing it is what's going to make you feel much more inspired and have easier access to your creativity in the long run. You can do that thing that you have been putting off for so long. I know that you can manage it, that you're good enough to do this thing. And if you do it every single day, this is what's going to make you better at it. This is what's going to make you get practice and feel more confident in doing that one thing. And you don't even have to tell anyone about it. Like, you can write a whole book and you don't even have to publish it, or you could go ahead and print it out yourself, show it to your friends and your family. It doesn't have to be so serious. You can just have fun with it, but you know that you're doing this thing and it's just something that you're doing for you. And that's what we want. We want to do something that's just for us, and that's what your passion project is going to be for you in the year of 2025. If you're a woman or a person who menstruates, I cannot recommend you enough to start living more according to your cycle. If you've never heard about cycle syncing before, it's basically that we don't only have a cycle inside of us that's 24 hours. We have a much longer cycle as well that lasts around 28 days. Basically, throughout your whole cycle, you need like different types of nutrition, different types of herbs. You have different levels of energy. And if you learn to live according to this cycle, you can optimize your life in so many ways, and you can stop putting yourself down for those things that you're not getting done, because the fact that you're not getting them done might actually be because you're doing it at the wrong time of your cycle. And this is nothing to feel guilty about, because we never learned about this in school, right? Like, we have to take this into our own hands and to learn about it ourselves. And I'm definitely gonna make some videos about it, because I feel like it has become, like, it has changed my life literally already in so many ways. But I just couldn't not put it in this video. The sun just came out, so I absolutely had to go outside because this is absolutely magical. I woke up to snow this morning, and I thought this would be the perfect place to talk to you about the next habit that we're gonna incorporate into our lives, which is to spend more time in nature. At least let's just spend more time outdoors, just to get a breath of fresh air and to feel the sun on our skin, because we need this so much, especially during winter. I know that we don't all have easily access to nature, and having so is actually a really big privilege. But let's talk about how to spend more time outdoors and incorporate this into your life, even if you don't live close to nature. Think about a time of the day where you often find yourself doom scrolling on your phone or watching TV or feeling bored. And then I want you to take some of that time, even just 10 minutes, and set aside to actually go outside and go for a walk in that period of time, like every single day. And it doesn't really matter if you go to a green spot or if you just go for a walk around the city. If you're already doing this, think about how you can go even further. So what is it that you enjoy most about spending time outside? Maybe you can make that walk just half an hour longer, and you can bring with you your journal and journal outside instead of doing it at home. If it's the case that you want to spend more time like alone in nature, then maybe you could expand to doing a few more weekend trips every month outside of the city, go into a forest and actually get to spend some time in a place that's not a park. At least for me personally, I feel like sometimes I just need a bit more space, and I need the nature to feel a bit more real, even though I really, really appreciate living in quite a green city. Another thing that I really love to do is to journal, and there's so many ways of journaling, so it's definitely about finding the way that suits you personally. It could be an amazing way to start off your day and feel focused on what you want to do, what sort of energy you want to step into, but it's also like an amazing way to empty your head before going to sleep. If you're just getting into journaling, I find that using some journal prompts can be like a really good way and helpful way to start out. You could even go ahead and answer a few prompts, and then you could go ahead and write freely after that. I definitely recommend experimenting a little bit with journaling on different times of the day at first, So what I like to do is to bring my journal with me everywhere that I go. You could also put it on your bedside table, and then you could try and write it in the morning, in the evening, and you can go ahead and find out whatever you prefer. The last habit that I'm gonna present to you is actually one that you're gonna come up with yourself, and I've prepared like a little guide to help you to do that. First, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you're living a life where you feel so good in your body. You feel so healthy and so full of energy, full of love, and ready to achieve the things that you want to do. Then I want you to imagine a daily routine. Maybe you've already incorporated some of the things that we've talked about today. Maybe you've incorporated some other new habits. And I want you to think through your whole day. And then you're gonna look at this paper afterwards and you're gonna ask yourself, what are some of these things that I'm not already doing that I could be doing and actually really easily incorporate into my life? An example could be you love doing yoga and you want to do more yoga, but you don't feel like you have time for it. So maybe you could just set your alarm clock for 10 minutes earlier every morning, and you can already put your yoga mat out the day before, and you can just do 10 minutes of yoga. So you're making time for those things that really matter to you. It's not important for how long you do it or how much, just the fact that you get it done will actually make you hopefully feel a lot better. This is also something that can help you get into the habit in the longer run to actually set more time aside to do those things. I really hope that these habits make you feel inspired in some way, and I hope that they can serve as a reminder that you are capable of living the life of your dreams. You're capable of living a life where you feel good in your body, in your physical, and in your mental health, and that it's okay to prioritize this above anything else, because this is what's gonna make you show up in a much more loving way in the end to the people around you. I'd love to connect with you in the comments, so come say hello and introduce yourself. Let me know what you think about this sort of content. Let me know if there's any specific that you want to see from me. I'm sending you lots of love and hopefully see you in my next video soon.